In this video, I'll show you exactly how to spot weak squares, abuse them, found brilliant moves using the other two, use your queen effectively, how to find queen trades, when to trade queens, when to not trade queens, and how to calculate around queen trade threats. But first, if you do not know me, man in the Christmas suit. I personally went from 300 elo all the way up to 1600 elo in under a year. Only 5 months after reaching 1800, which is top 1% of the world. And if you think I'm special, I had a student going from 550 elo all the way up to 1200, literally doubling his elo in under 3 months of working with me. The biggest thing we learned from my previous video was for sure the endgame lesson. I was completely winning, and then I just traded pawns to make a passed pawn, and apparently that was bad. So, the winning endgame lesson usually involves or checkmate or a passed pawn which promotes. Even though the passed pawn is your plan, king activity is more important first, apparently. I did learn as well. So, my opponent is cranking out mainline theory. That's very... Oh, here he's out of theory. Okay. So, this is a move which is bad. This is a move which is good and I forgot what to do. We'll see. So, we're in the Vienna Gambit main line, which, when I didn't drop down and I was like at 1850, I never got this. So it's very, very weird that I'm getting it at 1614, but I just know the sentence: if he doesn't play c5, then you should play d4. I don't know what else to do. So usually these plans involve I mean a kingside attack, if that's not obvious. So you very much have to think about, this is my pawn chain, where is it looking? I have an open foul, where is it looking? Where are my bishops staring at? This bishop is here, and if I move this bishop, it will be looking there. And my knight will probably jump like this. But now, there is already a moment that we could just develop, and we should be fine. But second of all, oh, beautiful. I thought about this. Castles, bishop here, and we win a rook. But queen here, bishop there, pinning my queen to my king, and GG. So let's just develop without the blunder. Yeah, so now we have the freedom to move my queen anywhere and basically imminently have a checkmate threat. So if I move here, I have a checkmate threat here. Probably g6 has to happen. And after g6, what did we gain? Nothing much. So I think we should just develop. And we'll see what happens. If he checks, I could block with the knight. So if takes, I can take. So he's trying to make a pawn break. But that looks very weakening, to be fair. So yeah, you could argue like that will open up a rook, but this pawn used to enhance the g6 square. So a couple of videos ago, I played the game against the 2000s. What we learned there was, if a pawn moves, look at everything next to it and behind it. this is weakened, and this was a very important square in the line of queen to h5. Then he had to block like this to prevent checkmate. But I think we might have a bishop sack. Takes, takes, queen takes, king has to move. And there has to be checkmate there. There is no way. Here you have to block, I think. Takes, takes, takes. With a check, you have to go here. Bishop here is rook to g8. Rook to g8. And I don't think I have anything there. So I think queen here, pawn here, bishop sack, take with a check has to go here. Maybe queen h5. King has to go to g8, otherwise if you go to g7, bishop h6 wins a rook. So then I have bishop h6. And point being that rook to g8 is not a option. So I think maybe rook to h7 is forced, after which I have queen g6 check. You cannot block with the rook, so you have to go back to the corner, after which your rook is hanging. So I think this works. And it's very much because of my previous video. So if you like tips like this, like I actually won this game, I think, because of a previous video, I will consider subscribing. Because he just moved the pawn and I instantly was like, oh, I saw this against the 2000s. You should always look at these squares, and this was a very important square, so he just weakened a very, very important square. So that just instantly take advantage. Yes, so now we should recalculate. Takes, 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 go here. Then I can give a check. You have to go here because g7 blunders. Then bishop to h6 attacking the rook. So probably rook to f6 is forced. Then we have queen to g6. If you go back to the corner, your rook is hanging, and if you block with the rook, that's checkmate. Yeah, I think I'm correct. I think probably your best thing is not to take my bishop. But I mean, if you don't take my bishop, how do you prevent the queen takes h7 checkmate? Check here, check. And then probably I still have mate. I don't take the rook, by the way. If you go here to like at least defend your rook, I have check here and mate. So I'm pretty sure this leads to mate in any variation. Even if you give up the rook with this tactic, it's still mate, I think. That's a quick game. Maybe I should just analyze it with leeches and I don't know. Do I go for the 100% clickbait? So I mean, I think this is crushing, yeah. How do you survive? Queen here? But after check, oh, you control all of these. Okay. Oh wait, is this actually? Oh, he didn't found it. Okay. So check. If you block, it's mate. Check. If you go here, that's not possible. What am I saying? If you go here, I have Do I not have a mate there? Just a free rook with a checkmate threat, then you have to block. That blunders a bishop as well with a queen trait. I mean, yeah, let's just go for it. So if you block, it's mate. If you go here, I win a rook. I have a checkmate threat, and the only way to stop me is just giving up your bishop, after which I have a checkmate threat. So, yeah, I think queen to e8 was more resilient. By the way, if you have 14 minutes and you think like, I'm pretty darn losing and probably checkmated, use your time. This guy is about to get checkmated. At least he's about to lose a rook, potentially get checkmated. And yeah, 14 minutes on the clock, GG. Like, why do you have that time if you're not using it? So, yeah, I just saw that that's a line, but can I... this would check, but it's not a double check, so you can still block. So, if I check, you take. Is there no benefit to that? I don't think so. Probably just trading queens. And now I could take to lure him here so that I can castle with a threat. That looks nice. And I open up the center, which is nice because his king is in the center. And my rooks will be very active. And I lure his bishop into a very useful, useless position. Yeah, so you have to go back to cover this, although it's not made, but it still serves as a threat, I think. So I'm thinking to move my knight here to attack this and control some squares, and I can bring my rook after, or I should think about a way. This blunders a bishop. That's a very odd way to lose a bishop. So I could move here just to rook lift. After this, I cannot actually lift my rook because you control that. After this, I do have check, but your bishop is defended and I have no way to attack your knight. I have 10 minutes, so I can think to convert this as cleanly as possible. So if I do this, is the same threat not valid? Yeah, that's an odd way to lose a bishop. That's insane. So going here, I don't know, maybe just save my bishop first, but that looks so slow. Let's just, if I go here, you just have bishop here, and that looks, I could pin it. How do you defend your bishop? Oh, that looks like some, wow, English. That looks like a nice trap. And he falls for it. GG. This man has 14 seconds on the clock and refuses to think. So I could move my bishop anywhere. After takes, we traded pieces, which is nice. I could bring my other rook. All of your pieces are still useless. Can I save my bishop with a thread? Because we saw like probably like 7 or 8 episodes ago. So if you take and you will lose this, try to reverse the process. How can I sacrifice this first with some amount of value? And it doesn't matter what, like any value is good. But I actually don't see a way. Like I could do this, but then my knight hangs. So I think I have to take. You will take back, and then I could maybe try to just ladder mate you. You could go here. Yeah, you can. And I don't want to defend my rook, but maybe go here. But that's a dark square, and you could repeat. Hmm. I don't know, I would love to just play this, but my rook is not defended. Oh, okay. So I go here. You can still do this, which is quite annoying. Maybe I should defend or go here myself, but then I'm not threatening a ladder mate. Except, ooh, that's a cool idea. Play this to control this, and then I can ladder you like that. So do you have a thread? I do not think so. I might be incorrect, but we will see. This is probably the only way to stop it, but then you need your bishop to stop mate so I can attack it. And if it moves, I have mate, so you have to sacrifice your... I do have to be careful here. Check, go here. Do you have anything? This is annoying as well. Here, check. I mean, that doesn't accomplish anything on its own. I can just move to a light square. And you don't have check, which is nice, so I think I can go here. If you check, I come here, and this is a mate thread. If you block it, I could attack your bishop, and check doesn't do anything. If I go here, you give me a check, I could come here with an attack on your rook. You could, if you check, I take your rook. If you defend, I have mate, and otherwise I will attack you. And your knight is dead, so I don't care about your knight. So probably, I think rook checking here, and then he sees that he's quite screwed. And he doesn't have e4. If he could play rook to e4, that would be nice for him. But he very much can't. And your rook is attacked twice now, which is also very nice. So rook here is takes, 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 and I mean, this is gonna be a way too short video. I don't know. Maybe play another one. Um. Okay, but that was not really my threat. My threat was to threaten mate. So I have to be careful of here. Check. Now I lose a rook. So let's just play the clinical king to f1. So that this is a pin now, this has to be defended, and this is a checkmating threat. Okay, maybe it's not as clinical as I thought. So I could attack your knight, maybe threaten this check, but it's not really a threat. If I go here, you go here, I can take. If I go here, you go back. I have a check. You have to go here. And then... I have no clue then. Here I could take this pawn as well, if it's any use. You do get check now, but I could move to a light square, controlling all of your infiltration still. So if I just don't play too fast, this shouldn't be a problem. So I'm expecting this. I could take, if you go here, I could just move all the way. If you attack my rook after... I mean, I do have check, but you can go here. So maybe with a rook sag that works. Like takes, check. And if you go here, I have, I don't accomplish anything with that. I don't know, let's see, he'll probably mess up somewhere. Yeah, that check doesn't do anything, now your bishop isn't defended anymore. And I control this square, so rook here doesn't offer a trade, it just blunders a rook. And still if your bishop moves, this is mate, so this is still a threat. Yeah, so now if I do this... Yeah, and I can take with a check, by the way, so like, if you go knight here, I can take with a check. You can go here after, which is quite annoying, to be fair. That blunders everything. So first of all, I could take with a check. Second of all, I could take like this. And that is more clinical because it's defended with the pawn, first of all. Second of all, this is a mate threat if your knight moves. So the knight cannot move now, and I can attack it. And king here, then I can just take it. King has to move, and I take your rook. This is clinical. Maybe this is enough for one video. I don't know. I don't want to waste my one chess.com review on this though, but check here, and then there is nothing, so let's just attack the knight. Threatening, takes with a check. You have to go here, after which I don't know why you are still playing. Okay, maybe not too clinical, but here takes, yeah, okay, maybe I messed up. I could have taken like this. Why did I not even consider anything? Takes. Takes, probably. I mean, I'm still up a rook, so... Yeah, still up a rook. And you cannot avoid this trade, by the way, so probably there was a more clinical way. Probably I had a few mates in 5 already, but... I mean, it's whatever. So now we have traded down. This check will force you to go back, after which my king can come closer, my pawn can come closer. Yeah, and I'll just rush you off the board. You can try, so like, the only way I have to stop is like, the only thing I have to stop is creating a pass pawn. So let's say takes, and somehow you try to break through. I will not allow that. But I can't stop it either, so after it takes, I will just take so that it's still a frozen structure. And the only hope you have is to make this 2-on-1 pawn break. But I'll keep the pawn on c2 to protect the b3 square so that you can never make a pawn break with only my a pawn. So I will ignore this, and if you take, I'll take back. If you don't take, it's frozen, which is the only thing I want. Yeah, so this is frozen. So these pawns are frozen. Your only hope is to make this 2-on-1 pawn break, but the pawn break is protected with another pawn. So if you make this pawn break, I can take with the c pawn. And if you take, I can take back. The only blunder that will be if he gets this structure to take with the a pawn, and then you can push through. That's the only thing I cannot blunder. Other than that, this is just easy. And if you're scared of this, like, just put your knight here. He's forced to move and just attack this, and then your knight is almost trapped, but it doesn't matter. Like, you could do this and win this instantly. Maybe I'll do that. I'm just forcing the king to stay here, and in that time I can win another pawn. And this freezes your advancement. Maybe, by the way, I shouldn't freeze all of the pawns just to keep the stalemate potential out of this. So now he has to stop this one. I'll push that one. You could blockade it, but like nothing matters. I probably going there was more clinical. So make a queen. You're completely stalemated except for the pawn, and then I have checkmate. That's pre-movable. Check and mate. Nice. Was that worth my game review? Potential brilliant move. Oh no, I have to. Yeah, okay, my bad. My bad. Um, and I didn't get scammed. Okay. Where was my brilliant? Oh, the sacrifice, obviously. Yeah, so this was all mainline theory. Best move, great move. I just know if he doesn't play this, play d4. So, best move. That's the best move, yeah. So this looks nice, but it just blunders the queen. Which is, yeah. Good luck. So, best move. And now, yeah, so this is instantly a very weakening move. And we just learned 2-3 videos ago, I think 3 videos ago, that just weakens a lot of things, and that's a great move. Okay, so like consider subscribing. That was actually a thing that I learned from my own videos, and like if the teacher is learning, either your teacher is pretty trash or the lessons are very good, so you can fill that in as you want. So yeah, the best move is just to blockade my bishop. I didn't calculate that, but I think it's fine with like knight to g castles. Is this bad? Yeah, it's pretty terrible. I win a pawn, but nothing substantial. Oh, I get forked. Cool. Takes with a check. Takes with the knight, so that I cannot sacrifice. Probably queen takes leads to this sacrifice again. Oh no, it just leads to a queen trade. You have to stop me. Takes. Castles? Not castles. Spin your knight to your rook. Rook has to go up. And king up. Down. So that if takes, pawn takes. Yes. And now I stop infiltration, I guess. Yeah, that's a beautiful sample line, but I mean, he made a mistake and I have this brilliant sacrifice. And that's a fine move. The engine likes to just castle and put my rook up, but after castles and rook here, that's mate in one. Okay. Did I miscalculate it? No, I always calculated this move with my bishop on h6 already. So I didn't miscalculate that. So castle, queen trade, check, king here, rook up. This is not a checkmating threat. You have to pin me, I can fork you, I can pin you, I meant, and now you have to sacrifice your knight so that you can, okay, now I can threaten tactics. If I take, you take with the rook, I will be able to take, and this will lead to a checkmate. Oh, you could block, but then I can take with the bishop, threatening discovery checks with takes, and if you take, I could take. So queen has to go here, so that if I take, you can take back. With the queen defending your bishop, I can use the pin. You have to threaten a queen trade, after which I could take. Queen take. No? Okay, takes. Takes with a check. You have to move and bishop back. What is... what? Bishop back. Rook back. I don't know the pieces, my bad. So here, so that if takes, this looks stupid. What if I just take? Take. Ask for a bishop trade. You have to take, apparently. And now I'm still completely winning, but you don't even have complications. I don't know what this is. But yeah, that looks clinical. So castling was beautiful to just get the rook in the game, but I gave a check and this was a mistake. Okay, so it's actually equal after this. I completely blundered. So I have to go check here and castle again. Now the engine wants to repeat, but I don't care. So I actually blundered my complete advantage. That's sick. So my opponent should have used his time better. I mean, yeah, you control everything. This is sick. And if I take, you take with the rook, and I don't get a free rook. If I take your rook, you take my queen. So I'm actually pretty screwed here. That's crazy. But you blunder, I give a check, you go here, I take a free rook, you have to defend. I don't have anything other to do than just to... Oh, that was the best move. Cool. Taking back was bad. And now I can just pin you, trade, best move, get my rook in the game. Apparently this was better, but I didn't know what to do after king. Oh, I just defend it. And now you have to sacrifice your rook. What is my thread? Oh, check is my thread. So you have to go back and now I can... Okay, so you have to give up your bishop so that I have to delay this move. If you go here, I can check you. Cannot come back, you're in check and my pawns take away everything here. So I have to move like this. And now I can just come back. And you have to stop me from laddering you by doing this. If you take, I have a ladder, so you have to stop me. Then I can give this clinical check. And yeah, okay, that's beautiful. I didn't see that idea. I didn't know that mating pattern of the two rooks with a check to force the king back. I've never seen that pattern, but instantly here. And if you move like this, okay, he just turned the moves around, which is apparently way better. I mean, it's 5 or 9, but okay, this is fine. Best move, fine move, best move. That's a mistake. Mate in 2. Oh, check, and I cover your escape square, and I just practically ladder mate you, but like with your own pieces and a knight. Oh, I missed a mate in 2. Okay, that is best move takes, takes. Yeah, and I mean, this was pretty easy. I played all of the best moves in this endgame. Okay, I jinxed it. I mean, this is a beautiful move just to let your king be completely stuck. And then I could probably just, yeah, force my pawns up. And knight here. Now I have to take like this. That is risky. Push. Go here. I let you make a queen. Check. Here. Checkmate. Oh yeah, it's actually true. So you have to go here and then I can make a rook even if I want to. And if you go here, I have knight check. Oh, that's a beautiful mating pattern. And I can let you make a queen, which is hilarious. Uh, and if you take to make a queen here, my pawn blocks it. If you take to make a queen here, I do not need these squares, so it actually doesn't matter. Ignore that pop-up. So, damn, that's a clinical line. I mean, I didn't need it, but it's funny to know. So I hope you learned something. Consider subscribing. I for sure learned a lot. Um, I think the most important thing to take away from this is to subscribe and that you should look at I sacrifice and how can he trade, because this just blockaded my queen, so that if he asks for a trade, I have to go all the way back and my attack is dead. So for sure, the next time you're sacrificing aggressively, you should look for queen trading threats, because it's really a threat if you're down material but attacking. If the queens are gone, you cannot attack very effectively anymore, and your attack is the only way why the bar is in your favor. So if you sacrifice, always try to look for especially queen trade, but also just trades of pieces. And if I can say something for my opponent, getting sacrificed on, being -5 and almost having this pretty much same time as you started with, it's probably not a good sign. He should have thought longer, especially of f6. That's a very weakening move. So he should have thought way longer about it. So I think this is a very, very valuable video and I learned a lot, and I hope you too. So consider subscribing, watching my other videos. Apparently, the sharing is very important. So if you have like other chess nerds, friends, consider sharing it with them. I would greatly appreciate it. I don't know what's happening, but all of a sudden I have like 30 plus subscribers. I just gained 10-ish subscribers in a couple of days, which I'm very grateful for. And I want to thank you for, and consider subscribing and sharing. And I'm very grateful. Thank you for that. And I'll see you in the next one.